Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to talk about why the Miami Heat could potentially be the next super team. Now, before I get into this video, I'm going to start it off how I start off all these type of videos. This is a series I've been doing on my channel for the past 3 years. Now, what I mean by this is the next super team series is pretty much a series where I go through every single team after free agency and say their best strengths of that team and how they could potentially be a very good team in the next year. So I make this type of video for the Phoenix Suns, the Knicks, and pretty much every other team in the entire NBA. So if you don't agree with me, you think Miami Heat aren't going to be the next super team, just know I make this type of video for every single team. But now that I got out of the way, this is basically me going into 3 very strong aspects of this team, and I think Miami Heat actually could be a pretty good team this year. So without further ado, without rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so my first thing for the video is going to be their young talent. Now what I mean by their young talent, as they have a lot of players that are very young and have tons and tons of high potential. Those most notable young players that they do have are Justin Winslow, Derrick Jones Jr., Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Herro. Now, the reason I picked these players because, well, obviously they're young, but also because I think that they have a very, very high ceiling going into the future. As I mean, if you look at it, Justin Winslow, very good player off their bench last year, had a very good season. And Derrick Jones Jr., he also had a very good season as well. I think he averaged 12 points per game last year. And there are 2 young guys that have tons and tons of time to develop. I think they're 22 and 23 years old. They're very young, very high ceiling, and they have improved every single season since they've been in the NBA. So I would not be surprised at all if we see them both have a very good year next year, especially with the addition of Jimmy Butler. But then also their rookie that they have right now, Tyler Herro, who is just had one of the best summer leagues this year out of any rookie out of this class. He was actually a player I was very high on going into the draft, just because I knew how good of a player he was for Kentucky and how underrated he actually was. Herro is a very good 3-point shooter and a very good scorer in general, and he's just a very high energy type player, and I really like the way that he plays. So I thought Tyler Herro had a chance to be a pretty good player in the NBA, and at least what we've seen from him so far in the Summer League, we have seen very good things, and he's shown that he has potential to do very big things in the NBA. And now Bam Adebayo, I'm very high on him as well. He's a very athletic, very good center in this league, and I think potentially Bam Adebayo could potentially one day maybe become a top 15 to top 10 center in the entire league. I would not be surprised at all if we see him become an all-star either. I just really do think Bam Adebayo has a very high ceiling and a very, very bright future ahead of him. I would not be surprised at all if he starts becoming a household name. Same with any of the other young guys I just mentioned. And then a sleeper young guy on this Miami Heat team is, I think, Mitchell Duncan or something like that. I think he's a very good player. He's a very good aspect, and he had a pretty good summer league as well. And I think if they would have probably had him for the summer league playoffs, they probably would have made it a lot farther than they did. But they did rest Herro and Duncan during the summer league. But I do think Duncan will also be a sleeper young guy for this team. But now my second reason why they could potentially be the next super team is going to be their defense. As last year, their defense was already a top 10 and ranked the 7th best among the entire league. And over the offseason, they managed to add probably one of the best perimeter defenders in the entire league, and that is Jimmy Butler. He's an extremely hard-working defensive player, very good 3-and-D player, a very good just defensive player in general. He works hard, he grabs boards, he pretty much strives off of hard work, and that's what you want out of any player. So at any time you can add a top 10, probably top 5 defensive player in the entire league, that's always going to improve your defense, and their defense should go from good to great and will most likely be a top 5, if not top 3 defense this year, and I think it will be very, very fun to watch. As Bam Adebayo, he can play defense. Jimmy Butler is a good defender as well. Goran Dragic can play defense. They have a lot of pretty good defenders on the roster, and one very good one in Jimmy Butler. So I think with that being said, they will most likely be a top 5 to top 3 defense in the league, and defense wins championships, and you need defense in order to be good, and that is what they got with Jimmy Butler. But now my third reason for this video is going to be their offense will probably be much improved from what it was last year. As last year their offense was not good, as it was ranked the 26th least efficient offense in the entire league. I mean, but they did improve that over the offseason. As like I said, the Jimmy Butler is a very good 3-and-D player, which means he's also good on offense. And he last year averaged 18 points per game. And plus their rookie Tyler Herro is also a very, very good scorer and averaged 14 points per game with Kentucky last year. And if his summer league is anything to show, he's going to probably be at least a 10-point point per game scorer this year, depending how many minutes they do feel comfortable giving a rookie. He should also be a very, very good contributor on the offensive end, and their offense should go from bottom half of the league, really the bottom 4 in the league, to maybe potentially a top 15 to top 20 offense in the entire league. So if they can already have a top 3 defense, plus also have a top 15 or an average defense, this team could go pretty far in the playoffs this year, especially when they're being led by a superstar like Jimmy Butler. But unfortunately, guys, that's going to be it for this video. So comment below, do you agree with me? Do you think that the Miami Heat are going to be the next super team? Do you think they have it? Do you think these reasons are the best reasons? What do you think their strengths are? How far do you think they will go? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you did like the video at any point, like button and subscribe button would mean the absolute world to me. And also, hope you have a blessed day. Can I have a blessed day? So you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye, boo, blah.